Yeah, we left the show around 5 o'clock yesterday because we had to catch a. We had to catch a, we had
an 8:10 flight.
A flight out of Newark.
And for some reason, Norton decided you were his date, and he was gonna bump you up to first class with all of his continental points that he has.
Trust me, it's nothing special because everyone in first class was convinced that we're a gay couple because this guy loves to make you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, well, on the plane, he'll be saying things like, sweetie pie, do you want some champagne?
Yeah,
nice that is.
Pumpkin puff?
And then I have to go to the stewardess, look, man, this is just what he does. And
sure it is.
After a while, they don't believe you, you know?
Of course not. And, well, they shouldn't.
So I made a deal with Jim.
The beads are stuck on his headphones. You are a mess.
Norton's getting strangled by the Mardi Gras
below the Mason-Dixon
beads. He's getting strangled. It looks like a big freaking snake around his
Someone's
neck.
got to help him take the beads out of his headphones.
Normally these are inserted and then yanked out quickly at the magic moment.
Your beads go all the way down to the floor, you short little man.
You're a mess.
Awful.
Look at the beads. They hang nice on Ant and I, but when you put them on, they hit the floor and drag. So we're in first. Tom, I can't handle more beads.
You guys.
And trust me, we're going to do an hour of radio on you in a minute here.
Yeah, you can, man. Suck it up.
Oh, my God.
All right, that's the guy that runs the station. That's another story in itself.
Yeah.
So I got to explain. Norton gave me first class because there was only one other seat available.
Yeah.
And everyone else is. Yeah, everyone
we were all
else is
companion flying.
Exactly.
We had companions.
So I got to tell you. And I'm hoping other people from the crew will join the club.
Right.
Because it was getting so embarrassing in first class that I made a deal with Jim. I go, dude, will you leave me alone with the gay crap? Everyone thinks we're gay. It's not funny anymore.
He loves letting
I'm
people
uncomfortable.
think you're a gay couple.
I don't like flying as it is, especially after 9/11. I'm really stressed out. Could you just stop?
Right.
So I made a deal. He's been wanting me to smell his belly button for about a year and a half now? Year and a half.
What?
What he does, dude, he takes his index finger, right? And he gets a good one. He gets a good one.
Just that you know that and you saw it, gay, right there.
No, that's not gay.
That's totally gay.
No, guys that hang out do stupid stuff like that.
You know, belly buttons.
Right. Well, you should hear about
Rich smells.
Rich Voss has a smell that comes from behind his ear. That's another story in itself.
Right.
It somehow
And I
translates
said
into his
ear.
act.
Okay, listen. So Jim, he gets a good one. He puts his index finger and digs and digs and digs.
Yeah.
He goes, "You smell this? I'll leave you alone for the rest of the flight." I go, "All right, what the hell?"
You smelt it.
I smelt it. It is probably the worst smell I've ever smelled.
Was it dead animal?
My life.
Dead animal?
I started dry heaving.
What was it? Like a dead carcass.
He says it smells like grape jelly.
Oh, now I got beads. Hold on.
Tom, we're trying to do a broadcast for your radio station.
How about we wait?
You
and,
alcoholic.
I'll put it on after my headphones are off because when you put them on over your headphones, all of a sudden you're done.
All right. So I smelled the finger. And now I'm part of this.
Here, Rick, have a pearl necklace.
I guess I'm part of a special club because I think only I and Rich Voss have ever smelled your
Voss
finger.
actually vomited out the window when I
Some
did it.
tranny hookers
You hear
had
that?
their nose down
Voss
there.
vomited. I was dry heaving on the plane last night.
That's disgusting.
So he finally left me alone.
Two men in first class smelling each other.
Yeah, just getting along, taking it out, rubbing it on the other guy's chin, laughing.
So we touched down and we did the mellow route. We didn't do much in first class. And we're waiting for you guys to come off the plane.
We were in trouble.
The rest of the crew from the Opie and Anthony show stagger off the plane. The whole freaking plane you made friends with, obviously.
They hated us at first, and then I got to credit Norton with this. His gag that he pulls where people walk by and he goes, "You dropped something," and then turns away completely and does not acknowledge them ever again. They'll be looking like, who said I dropped something? What did I drop? And you will not even make eye contact or anything.
I can't take credit for that gag, though. It is a very old gag that people have been doing since the 1800s.
Well, you know something? It's very funny. Thou droppedest something. It's very funny.
Is that your sword?
And sometimes you just got to go, "Oh, excuse me, and then they turn around and look. We were doing this on the plane. Like, no one could go anywhere. Anytime, a guy would or a girl would go to the bathroom or one of the flight attendants, we'd be pulling these wacky hijinks. And it worked every time. And the more drunk we got, the funnier everything got. And believe me, we were hammered.
You guys were really hammered.
Now, we had to trade seats around a little bit because the geniuses that put this trip together decided to scatter us about the plane
What, you didn't
in
like
random fashion.
You didn't like the crack hotel we stayed in last night?
Yeah, that was also nice.
All right, we'll get to that in a little
Well,
bit.
no, why would you want to fly together with people you're on the itinerary with? That would be silly.
Silly. So scatter us around the plane, so we got to make deals with people. I had to buy a woman a drink to have her change seats. And Ben and Stinky had a guy sitting between them that hated them when the trip started. And then after a while, everyone was so drunk, they were like a-hole buddies. They're all pals. So this big jock guy goes walking by, and Ben goes, "You dropped something." And the guy turns around and looks, laughing. He figures out that it's coming from our seats. So I go, "Real funny telling him you dropped something, Ben." This guy looks at Ben like he wanted to kill him. To kill him. And this is what happened the whole ride there. Like, I was thinking that the flight attendants were going to, because you can't screw around on planes anymore.
No.
And it was getting to that point where everyone was intoxicated, and they were pulling things that maybe you shouldn't pull on an aircraft. A lot of fun, though. Drunk off our asses. And I think we had a better time in coach than you guys did in first class.
First class is awful.
We tried to get a guy to switch.
That fat slob.
That fat diabetic, who I hope
Yeah.
loses a toe today, wouldn't switch with us.
No, he switched at first, but it was a whole hassle.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
You know what? Because he wants the aisle seat because he's so effing fat. He wants to be able to get up and go to the bathroom without heavy equipment being used. He was a disgusting fat body.
Know
I
what he says? He goes, "All right, I'll try it. I'll try it." We go, we're separated, want to sit together, whatever. He goes, "All right, I'll try it." And then he walks away, and then he comes back. He goes, "You know what? I tried it." Dude, you left 10 seconds ago. Yeah, but I want to sit in my seat. Like, oh.
You know what the problem is? If you're that goddamn fat, stay off of airplanes. You're annoying to look at, and you're an inconvenience. It's not our fault. You can't stop shoving food into your lonely fat mouth. Hire a flatbed. That really annoyed. That's what his problem was. He was so goddamn fat.
Yeah.
He wanted to sit in the front where there was a little bit more room.
Right. Thank God we have a dump button back at the.
Yeah, the engineer
station.
down here in New Orleans is like, "I can't take care of that.
That's all right.
I can take care of everything else you guys need,
We
but I
got
can't
the guy on the dump button back home.
I can't take care of the F word."
That's fine. You know what else was great? First of all, Stinky and Ben, I like to drink, but I do it on planes. I'm very economical. I have a plan. I get a bunch of beer right off the bat and just line them up. That way I can knock them back as the trip progresses. Those guys, they're always asking the flight attendant for something to drink. I mean, you hear the landing gear coming down, like we're that close to landing, and they're like, "One more, please." And she's like, "No, we can't do this." And then Ben is telling the flight attendant that it's Stinky's birthday. Like, that's going to work. And she comes back later with a big bottle of wine.
Nice.
And gives it to Stinky for his fake birthday. But they're trying to get beers as like we're taxiing to the terminal in New Orleans.
All right, so we're at this strip club. It's Temptations. They say it's a strip club. We have one girl dancing downstairs in the dark somewhere.
Jesus.
We're right on Bourbon Street, so
Yeah.
I guess this is for the locals. If you're close, come on by and say hi, right?
Absolutely.
I think we're going to do some naughty nighties today, aren't we? Last day to
Yes.
qualify for the naughty.